Welcome to This Week in Adventist History. On May 19, 1895, Chester L. Torrey was born in the U.S. state of Idaho. At age 21 in 1916, Chester married Doris Stewart. They both then attended Atlantic Union College for a year. In 1920, Chester was appointed a bookkeeper at Melrose Sanitarium in Boston, where he worked for nearly 3 years and where a son, Robert, was born to Chester and Doris. The family then accepted a call to India to serve as missionaries in May 1923. Chester briefly worked as assistant treasurer of the Southern Asia Division, and then from 1924 was treasurer of the Oriental Watchman Publishing House. He was elected Southern Asia Division Secretary-Treasurer by the 1926 General Conference session. 10 years later, the 1936 GC session elected him as Secretary-Treasurer of the Far Eastern Division, and so Chester, Doris, and Robert moved from India first to the Philippines, then to Singapore. Chester successfully took on the massive task of moving the division headquarters to Singapore. At the 1941 General Conference session, a new Far Eastern Division treasurer was elected, and the Tories returned to the United States, where Chester took over as business manager of Boulder Sanitarium. However, this post was short-lived, as there was a need in the Inter-American Division, and Chester was appointed its secretary-treasurer in May 1942. While there, he also served as editor of the division's paper, in both its English edition, the Inter-American Division Messenger, and Spanish edition, El Mensajero de la División Interamericana. 4 years later, the Pacific Union Conference back in the United States called Chester Torrey to be its secretary-treasurer, a position he held for 4 years from 1946. Then, at the 1950 General Conference session, he was elected treasurer of the General Conference. Chester held this position for a record 16 years until retiring at the 1966 GC session. He passed away on November 8, 1975. Doris died in July 1986. You can read more about Chester L. Torrey in the Encyclopedia of Seventh-day Adventists at encyclopedia.adventist.org. That was This Week in Adventist History.